So the other day, this is all happened to a friend of ours. Our friend tried to recover the drone, but he's already 60 years old and the terrain was pretty complicated. So we volunteered for the rescue. We had no idea that we would end up lost in the mountains, trapped under summer heat without water. The initial ascent turned out to be the easiest part. We started advancing through the mountain, and the terrain was getting more and more complicated, and we were looking to set a base camp. So once we arrived to what was going to be our base camp, we started unpacking our things and getting ready for the mission. The initial plan was to scan the mountain using the DJI Mini 3. We didn't know the exact location of the crash, so we took a guess and started scanning the area with the DJI Mini 3. Maybe you have noticed that I'm a little bit sweaty. This is because it's 38 degrees Celsius, which is around 100 Fahrenheit. After several minutes of trying, none of us could find it, since the sun was making it really hard to watch the phone screen. At this point, we were thinking about giving up, since we didn't know the exact location of the drone and we didn't even know if it was even recoverable. But since we were already there, we decided to give it a try, so Timo initiated the final stretch and I stayed in the base camp, still looking for the drone. During all this time, we were communicating with each other using our radios, in case anything happened. Since we couldn't find the drone using the DJI Mini 3, it was time to send in the cavalry. After flying the Avata, I started getting a confidence boost, since now I could see what the drone was seeing, and the sun was no longer a problem. After 2 minutes in, I spotted a red thing in the mountain, and I couldn't believe it. It was our objective. It was the drone. And by the way, until that moment, we didn't know what the drone looked like, since we didn't have a photo of it. Then I went to look for Timo, and I told him over the radio that I found the drone. And now, it was the moment of truth. The last part was the most complicated, but he was extra motivated because we already found the drone. He was getting closer and closer, and the mission was about to be a success. It may not look like it on the camera, but the path was steep and really hard to maneuver around. And now, it was the time that we were waiting for. Our mission was a success, but we didn't know that the most complicated part was going to be the way back home. The first thing that Timo did after getting the drone back was disconnecting the batteries. Meanwhile, I returned the drone to the base, because I was already starting to run out of battery. Timo then picked up any debris from the crash, since we didn't want to leave any litter in the mountain. He then packed the drone and started his way back to the base camp. The way back to the base camp felt a little bit easier since we already had the drone. I left those clips in the video to show you how hard it was to maneuver around. After about an hour, Timo made it back to the base camp, where I was waiting for him. And this was the last stretch to the base camp. And as you can see, this last part is sketchy, but Timo is an experienced rock climber, so he could manage. He was playing it very safe, because we didn't want to call a rescue mission for our rescue mission. I have to admit that watching Timo going down the mountain with such ease made me feel so proud of him. He also looks a little bit like Buzz Lightyear, which is pretty fun. And now we are finally together, and we are checking that everything is in order. Now it was time for the descent, but we were running very low on water, and as I told you at the beginning of the video, we got lost going down the mountain. Apart from a short clip that I will show you at the end of the video, I didn't record anything when we were lost, but I'm gonna explain what happened. Here we are at the base camp, about to start the descent. We should follow the exact same path that we took on the way up. But we didn't. This detour ended up costing us an hour of time and all the water we had left. After reaching a point of no return, we decided to go up again and look for the main trail. After going back up again, luckily we ended up finding the right trail. We were feeling dizzy, dehydrated and about to suffer a heat stroke, but it didn't matter, we had to make it to the car. And luckily for us, Timo had a big jug of water waiting for us in the car. It was warm, but it was what we needed. And here's the last video I took that day when we were starting to get lost. Even though this was not the nicest experience, we ended up getting home safe, which is what matters. And we also got the drone from our friend's bag and a funny story to tell. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I will appreciate if you will subscribe to my channel, leave a like and a comment down below. And this is it for today. See you all in the clouds.